was a good turnout. Thank you for turning out on a Thursday night. This is really an important part of the political process. So on behalf of the Hood County Republican Party, my name is Greg Harrell. I'm the chairman. I want to welcome you here to our first Republican Roundup Candidate Forum. And it looks like it's going to be a resounding success. I'm so happy that you all are here. One thing that I wanted to do before we get started is just take 1 second, because I want to respect your time. And I want to say this about anybody that is willing to step forward as a political candidate in this environment today. I just want to say to each and every one of you that have stepped forward and put your name into the hat as either county judge candidate, county commissioner candidate, I just want to say that we all appreciate your willingness to do that. It's a sacrificial act, and we appreciate it. All right, let's get going because we've got a lot of ground to cover. I'd like to start us off with an invocation of my pastor, Pastor Alan Latta, the pastor of this house, could come up and we'll pray our way into this meeting tonight.
Welcome to Generations. Thank you for the honor of hosting this wonderful occasion. Let's pray. Almighty God, we come to you in the name of Jesus, asking you for help. Help us, Lord, to not only maintain the freedom we have, but, Lord, to become more effective in maintaining it, Lord. And Lord, I pray for wisdom for all of our leaders. We pray for those in authority that we might live in a peaceable land. So Lord, give them wisdom and protection. Lord, we pray for your blessing upon this meeting tonight. Yes, Lord. Help us as the hearers to have hearts to hear and minds to understand. And help the communicators to have the words to communicate clearly where they're coming from. In Jesus' name, everybody said,
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Pastor Allen. If you'd rise, we'll say the pledges to the flags. Join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. And now to the flag of the great state of Texas. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Yeehaw! All right, you might want to remain standing. I'm going to bring our vice chair of the Hood County Republican Party Executive Committee forward. We're going to sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Yes, this is for all of us to sing, not me. All of us.
Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at twilight's last stream, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You can be seated. You know, it's great to live in a nation where, and I think this is unique in all of the world, we sing the Star Spangled Banner, our national anthem, and then we clap and we cheer and we yell about it. Isn't that cool? Okay. To me, it's kind of cool. Anyway, so I like it. So you're here to hear from the candidates. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I will say this about the structure of the event tonight. While you are hearing the candidates speak, you will notice that there are located around the room, there are stacks of 3 by 5 index cards. They're over here in that area, some there, some up there, and some back in that corner. If you have a question that you would like to be presented to the candidates, go ahead and while things are taking place, you can reach and get one of those index cards, write your question down, fold it in half and just keep it with you. Before we get to that portion of this forum, I'll have our newly sworn precinct chair 415 come around with this big old basket and he'll gather up those questions and hopefully, and Dorinda, our moderator, will choose those in random and hopefully you'll hear your questions. So just be thinking about that as we go through this process. So it's my privilege and pleasure to introduce to you the vice chair of the entire Republican Party of Texas, my good friend, a loyal Republican, a energetic person if there ever was one, Dorinda Randall. Can we give a big Hood County welcome to Vice Chair Dorinda Randall? It's really a pleasure and it's an honor for her to come here to Hood County to host this forum. Dorinda, take it.
Well, thank you guys so much. It's a great day to be a Republican, is it not? So, thank you all. Local politics is where it's at. That's where we have the most control, and you get the government that you deserve. And that's why we're all here. We're going to find out who we want to run our Commissioner's Court and County Judge. So, I'm so excited. First, I'm going to bring up Kenneth Copeland, Brad Yarbrough, and Dave Eagle. Yes, and I've got cards for you guys, and you are going to pick a card. I'm going to do a magic trick. No. But whoever picks the highest card gets to sit first.
Let's go with this one right here.
That looks like a lucky one. Yeah.
I wasn't too lucky.
Oh. There we go.
Was I more lucky? No, you beat me.
Thank you, sir. Who do we have here? Got a 7, a 10, and a 9. Wow, all really bad bets. But you're first, you're second, and you're third. So the first is here, second here, and third here. All right. Thank you, sir. All right.
Good luck.
So, what we will do also is we're going to randomly pick, because they have gotten the questions, and we are going to randomly pick from here what question I will ask each one of them. And we'll start with 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll do 3, 2, 1. The middle child is always going to be in the middle. I know, bummer, right?
They get to introduce themselves.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, for the first 2 minutes, I'd love for you to introduce yourselves, and then we'll get on to the questions. Thank you, Greg.
I know that I have a hot mic.
Do you not have a... Is it got a green button?
Yes.
Yep. I do. It goes to red.
Hello.
Yeah, this one's on.
We take, oh,
Even
that
though
one's
it
got
says
a
red.
wire.
This is
Testing 1, 2.
Yep. Yours is good.
Testing 1.
There you go. We are in business. All right, go ahead.
Should we stand or sit or?
You can do whatever you want.
There you go.
Sometimes I speak better when I stand up and move around a little bit. So thank you everybody for coming out. My name is Brad Yarbrough, and I'm seeking your trust for your vote for Commissioner of Precinct 4. I'd first like to thank Generations Church for having us all here, and the Republican Party for bringing us all back together. I've been a resident of Hood County for a little over 40 years now. My wife and I, we've been, can you hear me better now? There we go, sorry. I usually talk loud, so I didn't think I needed it. So my wife and I, we've been married for a little over 25 years, despite my family and her family begging her not to do it. But she's a trooper, so she stuck with me. Again, we've raised my family here. We've been here for, I've been here for 40 years. She's been here for 27. We raised our son, who's now in college. I'm running not as a politician, but as a steward of your tax dollars. I feel that we've lost sight of that. And we're almost taxing people out of our homes, and we need to change that. Trust in leadership has pretty much been broken, and communication has failed. I think it's important that the next commissioner help bring back and restore that leadership and that trust. And I hope to be that guy to do that for you. Again, my name is Brad Yarbrough. I'm asking for your trust, your vote, and your support. Thank you so much.
Good evening. Test. My name is Kenneth Copeland, and no, I'm not the televangelist, and I'm not related to him. I usually have to get out that first because everybody always wants to know. I guess I've been here in this area for about 6 years. I'm a retired federal employee with over 40 years of government management experience. I was asked to run for county commissioner, and the first thing I told them was there's two things I said I'd never do: own a restaurant or get into politics. So never say never. I spent a lot of time praying about it, felt that I was supposed to do it, and I think we'll cover a little bit more about me and what were my areas of expertise and what I believe in as we go through this evening. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dave Eagle. I'm current incumbent Hood County Commissioner Precinct 4. First of all, I want to thank the Republican Party of Hood County for putting this on. Chairman Harrell, I want to thank the precinct chairs who are here tonight, and I especially want to thank Ms. Randall for showing up tonight to actually moderate this. This is a legitimate Republican function put on by the Republicans of Hood County, as well as having a state rep here. On December 23rd, 1776, Thomas Paine wrote, "These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will shrink from service of his country. But he who stands by it now deserves the love of man and woman." I come before you standing on my record. 7 years I've been your commissioner, and it proves that I'm not a sunshine patriot. I stood in the gap. I stood in the gap for you, the taxpayers. At my education, I hold a master's degree in business administration. I have a JD from St. Mary's University. I've graduated the top 10%. And I also have worked in the private sector and been in the restaurant business. I fought on the library issue when they were putting porn in the library for kids. I fought to bring transparency to the Commissioner's Court. I fought when COVID came in to declare the governor's order unconstitutional. I have fought when the wastewater plant tried to come in. The city tried to bring a wastewater plant up there at Rucker Creek that flowed into Bentwater and Mallard Point. I fought. I will stand in the gap for you. I have stood in the gap for you. I intend to continue to stand in the gap for you. And I ask for your vote, and I ask for you to give me one more term as your commissioner. Thank you.
Well, that's a lot of energy, so this is going to go great. Okay, so now I go to the basket, and I'm just going to pick out a number. We are going to start with contestant number 1. So I have number 6. Describe your vision for the county over the next 5 to 10 years, including growth, housing, industry, and quality of life.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stand again because, again, if I move around a little bit, I think a little bit better. I always come prepared and have some notes, so that's what I've done. So for the next 5 years, the next 5 to 10 years, the Commissioner's Court's going to be working on roads and the jail bond that we just passed. So that's going to be a major thing that we have to work on. And as far as the growth, we got to manage growth responsibly. as we've seen in the past, when we overgrow and then we have to put moratoriums out so we can't build. And we got to make sure we don't do that. As far as the quality of life, we need to protect our resources. We need to grow and improve daily life and not erode it. So the more, sorry guys, I'm a little nervous. This is the first time I'm doing this.
Doing good.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. But we need to be proactive. So we don't need to be reactive with your money. Anytime you're reactive, then you're just wasting more and more of our money and our resources. So we need to make sure we do this responsible. We need to see what's coming up ahead and plan ahead. So thank you so much.
All right.
Question?
Do you do the same question? Okay, same question.
Just go to
Yes.
number 2.
Yes, number 2, middle child.
Well, I said I've only been here 6 years. Before that, I was in Parker County. And I tell you, I lived through the growth in Parker County. We threw the oil boom, the number of people coming to that county. So I think I've kind of seen what we're headed for in Hood County. We're just starting to see it. We're starting to see the transportation issues that we're having on 377 and other roadways. We need to get out ahead of it. We need long-range strategic planning, 5 years, 10 years out, or we're not going to be able to move around and enjoy the freedom that we've got. We've got a lot of work to do as far as knowing where we're going to go. I'm not a planner by vocation, but I'm going to tell you I'm a planner by heart. My wife don't like to go on vacations with me because if we go to Disney World, I have to have every minute planned out so we can maximize the time we're there. And I think we've got to do that with the County Commissioners Court. We need to know where we're going, how we're going to get there, and what we're going to do with it. We've got challenges with this new AI that's coming into our communities. I know the public really didn't want it. Don't know that it's going to be stopped. But we've got to protect I think our greatest resource is our water system. If the water system goes away, we go away. Without drinkable, potable water, we're in trouble. And I think that's going to really be the thing that we've got to focus on in the next few years, is making sure that our resources of Hood County are protected, because we, the citizens that live here, we want to continue to live here. Thank you very much.
Okay, when I read this question, first of all, my vision for this county is yours. I'm a county commissioner. I'm here to help provide essential services to the county and get out of the way of business and enterprise. The Republican Party stands on the free enterprise system. And we have a lot of issues coming up. I've heard somebody mention roads. We've been working on roads and a master thoroughfare plan for years now that came to fruition in this last election when we voted a bond in for $125 million to get the roads. You guys decided that's what you want. And we've been working on it. I've been part of that for the whole time. And we brought you a $125 million bond, and guess what? That bond will leverage up to about $680 million in road pricing and in road expenditures, because that we got this bond issue passed, and the government, the feds and the state has to see that. We had to get that done in order to get access to these funds. So now we've got the money. We have been working with several different places as far as getting the engineering done, working with landowners to get the roads in, which roads to start on, and we've got it going now. And I certainly want to be the one, I helped get this in here, and I certainly want to be the one to carry this through. And y'all voted for the bond and gave us a message that you wanted us to do this. I'm your current commissioner, and I helped bring that to you. And I'm hoping that you will remember that on March the 3rd and allow me to continue what I'm doing with your roads, bridges, and the jail expansion and anything else that we're doing. And the data centers, by the way, we're going to come back to that. Thank you.
All right, now I've got number 9, and this is right there. Data mining and AI-related development have raised questions and concerns among our citizens. What is your position on these issues and how would you protect the county residents? And that will be to you, Dave.
Wait, it should be Dan, right?
No, we're gonna do.
Who's moderating this?
You go.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
Just asking.
Stay in your lane.
My bad.
So I'm gonna start with this. We do not have enough verifiable and provable information to make a lucid decision on the data mines. We do not have it at this point. Now, we just passed a concept plan, the court did, for Comanche Circle, which is a proposal out on the west side of Toller area. And because I do not think that their plan as presented was adequate, I voted against it. I still think that plan, we're going to have to come back to that we need to come back to that and take a second look at it. Also, we voted, the whole court did, unanimously, to put on the agenda, and we have to have a 15-day notice period and some procedural things to have to happen, that on the first court in February the 10th, we're going to be looking at changes in our development regulations under subchapter K, which you've heard that mentioned a lot. We're the only county in Texas that has subchapter K to work with, because we have a lake right in the middle of our county. So we're working hard to put lots of scrutiny on these data centers. If it's up to me, they're going to go somewhere else. I can tell you that right now. So what I want to say is that with this, on this vote on February the 10th, we have a proposed moratorium. Some have asked for a year. I'll be happy if we can get 6 months. If we can get the court to go 6 months, will we have a legal basis for that? We're looking at that. For me, when COVID hit, well, I'll go to that later. The bottom line is this: if we've got a thread of legality to put a moratorium in, we're going to vote it in.
Well, I think we're going to have a lot of consistency up here on the group on this subject. I've been going to Commissioner's Court for probably about a year, trying to get up to speed on what's going on in the county, to see how Commissioner's Courts work, and to get knowledgeable in what's going on. But I've listened to the citizens of this county. They've made it very clear where their position is. We don't need those in here to generate the revenue to make Hood County be what we want it to be. We have a beautiful river that runs through. We got aquifers that, from what I understand, they want millions of gallons a day to keep these things cool. And so I'm concerned that they may draw down our water supplies in our aquifers, which will leave most of us that are out in the county without any water systems to be able to live with. I've also heard the people come into Commissioner's Court and talk about the current one that we've got and the life that they have to live around it with the noise emissions that they're dealing with. And I think that's something that we really have to be sensitive to. I'm here to represent you. And in Precinct 4, that's what I'll do. I'll listen to what you want to do, and then I'll vote it that way. Thank you very much.
I'm with these guys. I don't want these in my backyard as well. I do see the need for AI. I use AI daily with my job. But again, we don't want them in our backyard using our resources and polluting our waters. What I would like to do is use subchapter K to help strengthen regulations. We just formed a new committee, and then with the judge found a law firm to help strengthen that. So the more we strengthen those regulations, the more these people will not want to come and build here. So using subchapter K, and then using the law firm that they've hired already to do this, I think that's going to be very, very important. Now, the people have spoken. I've never seen so many people at a Commissioner's Court in my entire life, and I've been going for the last 5 years. They were packed. Your voices, you're telling us you do not want these. We don't want these. What I would like to see is those same voices help go down to Austin and tell them as well. We use that same energy down there and tell them we don't want them here. That'll help and help strengthen the regulations here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And middle child, I'm coming to you, Mr. Copeland.
I'm actually the oldest, but that's okay.
Okay, number 7. What responsibilities as a county commissioner are most important to our citizens and why?
Well, representing you, number one. I have found out since I've hit the campaign trail that a large portion, and y'all, I don't think y'all are included in this because y'all are here tonight, but a huge portion of our people in this county don't know what the heck is going on. When I talk to them about, hey, I'm running for county commissioner, precinct 4, first thing they ask me is, where's precinct 4? Second thing is what is a county commissioner? What does a county commissioner do? I think we've got to do a much better job of educating the public so that they understand the issues that are going on and so that they can speak to the topics that we're having to deal with each and every day. If they don't know who's representing them and they don't know what's going on with their things that are affecting their daily life, how can they come to us representatives and say, this is what I want to do? So we've got to do a much better job of making sure that the public is informed and know what's going on that's going to affect their standard of life here. We've got a wonderful place here. We love the river. We live in Bentwater and we oversee the river. We've got a beautiful view, and we don't want to see any of that taken from us or from anybody else. So thank you very much.
Okay, yes.
You sure?
Punishing you, Dave.
She points it to you, Anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't. You.
So what responsibilities of the county commissioner are most important to the citizens out here? The county commissioners and the county commissioners court conducts the business of the county. What is the business of the county? The business of the county is to provide county roads and bridges and maintain. It is to provide a court system. It is to provide a sheriff's department. It is to provide, we have volunteer fire departments here that are second to none, by the way, 9 volunteer fire departments for fire protection. All of these fall under the umbrella of essential services. The Commissioner's Court, in my view, in the purest form, should stay with providing essential services. And we also do the budget for the county. We approve, we review, and we approve, and we have budget hearings to approve everybody's budget who's with the county, the treasurer's department, the county clerk's department, the district clerk, each and every department, their budget has to come through the Commissioner's Court. So we are over and in charge of all that. But we are really, the bottom line is we work for you because you're the ones that are paying for it. So we have to provide, we're charged with the duty to provide services, but we also have to do it the most efficient way we can. And if you look at your tax statement, you will see that the commissioners, the county tax rate per 100 is 28 cents. Well, go look at all the other counties around us. We got the lowest county tax in this whole area. And that's partially because I've been on that court for the last 7 years, and I've fought huge tax increases. So again, the Commissioner's Court works for you, but the best thing we can do with business is get out of the way. Thank you.
I agree with Dave on this issue. We work for you guys. We need to listen. And that's what's missing on Commissioner's Court right now. They are not listening. The biggest issue for you guys is taxes. We need to keep our taxes as low as possible. So right now, there's so much wasteful spending. We're spending money on studies and we're not doing anything with them. That's wasting your tax dollars. That's wasting your bank account. I don't want to do that. We need to make sure we work for you guys and stop wasting your tax dollars on useless things like, not all studies are useless. There's just some of the studies they've done in the past that they just did the study and did absolutely nothing with. We can't do that. So hopefully we can spend your money wisely. That's something you're going to hear me say a lot tonight. Spend money wisely. We can't be wasting. We need to look ahead and try to get everything sorted out before we start spending any money, and especially with studies. So thank you.
Mark, you can stay standing.
I know it.
I'm coming back to you. All right. Number 2. All right. What are the top issues across Hood County, and explain how you think they should be handled? Now, if you feel that we have already asked that, I could go to the next question, but if you are ready, you're ready. Okay.
So again, just like I was saying earlier, taxes. Keeping your tax rate as low as we possibly can. That's one of our top issues. The second biggest issue is these data centers. Again, I'm going to keep harping. We need to strengthen our regulations with that special, or with the Chapter K, and then keep those regulations and strengthen them so these people do not want to move into our county. Again, if we, even as a commissioner, I can go down and work with Austin, but we need you guys to help that too. The energy you guys have had the last several commissioners courts and with city council, the energy needs to be going down to Austin and letting our voices be heard. So again, taxes and keeping those data centers out of Hood County.
When I first came to this county, I went to the Sheriff's Department. I used to work for the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration for over 30 years. And what they do is they provide grant funding to law enforcement throughout the state. And I came to the county sheriff's department. I said, hey, look, I'm willing to come in and be your grant manager and handle your whole program, not tie up any of your resources, and see what money we can get from the state of Texas to help with speed enforcement, drunk driving, other law enforcement issues. And the sheriff wanted to do it, the county judge wanted to do it, but what we found out is this county does not pay sheriff's deputies overtime. They only give them comp time. And you can't have these programs if you don't have an overtime program. Only having a comp time program really affects the sheriff's deputies in a lot of different ways. Most of these guys don't want to work overtime because they're not going to get paid for it. It doesn't save us any money, because if they do leave, eventually they're going to have to be made whole for all that time. But they build up so much comp time and so much leave time that they have a tough time taking it. And that often, if they do take it, then they're leaving our enforcement personnel shorthanded when they're out on the roadways. And I think we can do that. We talked about the volunteer firemen. Another thing close to my heart. You know, they do an incredible job. Not all of them are as well funded as some others. They struggle. The one that covers my area, they have 2 fundraisers a year. They usually have a pancake breakfast and a catfish fry. What is that for? I asked the guy that runs that when I said, are you doing this for what you want or what you need? He said, well, some of it's what we need. I think it's ridiculous that these guys that are devoting all of this time has to come back and have fundraisers to buy the things they need to keep us safe. Thank you.
So a quick point about the sheriff's deputies. When I took office in 2019, the sheriff's deputy starting pay was $42,500. Currently, it's $68,800. We have brought the sheriff's deputies' pay up 65% since I've been in office. As far as the volunteer fire departments are concerned, since I have been in office, we have brought funding up to the volunteer fire departments up 417%. We were subsidizing them at $30,000 when I took office. Now they're at $130,000. Plus, we have bought all kinds of fire department equipment, trucks, water trucks, tanker trucks, fire engines, breathing packs, you name it. We have brought it up. Fire is very important to me. I did fire calls and origin work when I was practicing law. I've seen a fire scene when children have died. So you don't think I have a big thing about the volunteer fire departments. You're wrong if you don't think I do. Now, as far as the biggest thing in this county right now, obviously it's data centers. We need to figure out what we're going to do. And we're working on that diligently. And by the time we get to the end of this cycle, we're gonna figure something out. And my hope is that we're the only county, as I've already stated, don't want to be redundant, but we are the only county in Texas who has subchapter K to work with. So we're working diligently on it, and I'm putting my legal experience into it as well, trying to figure out a way to get around this. So bear with me on that. We're working on it hard, and you got another commissioner out here, Ms. Samuelson, that's doing a great job as well. So thank you for your attention to this, and vote for Dave in March. Thank you.
Okay, so this is the last question from here, and this is number 3. And so number 3 is the county's budget is not at the Minnesota Somali budget, but it is at $48 million. Tell us about your experiences managing organizations, including staff size, budget responsibility, and operational complexity that would prepare you to manage the county. And Dave, we'll go with you first and then go down.
County budget, one of my favorite topics. So, first of all, I've been doing it for 7 years. And I've been working on the budget and working with all the departments for 7 years. And one of the things, I'm just going to give you one case in point. You remember when President Trump took office and we heard this term called DOGE? Remember that? We had, unfortunately, at that time, we had an inefficient IT department. However, here's the problem we got on Commissioners Court. There's 5 of us on there. It takes 3 votes to get something done. 3 votes. At some point, our IT director finally made a big enough mistake where let's just say the 3rd vote went the other way on him, and we had to make a change. Once we made that change, and by the way, we had 11 people in our IT department. Now we have 6. We've hired a new IT director who knows what he's doing. He's got the educational background, and he has really whipped this IT department in shape. Now the IT department works under the Commissioners Court. All the elected officials have their own departments, so we work with them the best we can. But the departments under the Commissioners Court, we watch their budget. The maintenance department, the roads and bridges, we watch their budgets. And I'm here to tell you that I think we do a great job considering we've got that rate down to 28 cents per 100. Yeah. So, once again, I know it's going to sound like a broken record, but you need to keep me in here where I can continue to do the work that I'm doing. Thank you.
All right, you got to check, make sure it's my turn.
It is.
Well, like I said, I retired with 40 years with the federal government. Part of that was with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, which sends money to the states. Talking about a large budget, just the state of Texas was receiving $57 million from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration for highway safety programs. I was one responsible for making sure that all the grant programs were run properly. I was the one responsible for going in and auditing their programs. They didn't call us auditors, we were program managers, but I sure felt like an auditor when I'm sitting there going through all the paperwork and making sure that all those funds are being spent properly. So I've worked with every state in the state of, in our region, which is Texas and all around surrounding states. I've worked with every level of government, from the governor down to the state police, to the sheriff's departments, and everybody in between. When we're applying for jobs at the federal government, there's a section we always have to fill out. It's called the KSAs, knowledge, skills, and abilities. So I've always filled those out on every application, and I believe my background provides those for me to be an effective leader in Hood County, to make sure that we're maximize our funding, that we're watching everything that we're spending, and that we're utilizing it to help the citizens of Hood County to the maximum possible. Thank you.
So in my current role now, I oversee and manage about $20 million worth in revenue with our company. I oversee 30 employees around the nation, and I work with a broad spectrum of different people. I've already been proactive in this area. I've been reaching out to every department head to find out what are their needs and what are their wants. This $48 million budget, we need to get that down a little bit. We need to make sure we get everybody what they need, but not everything they want. And we've seen this before with the fire department. I support the fire department 100%, but when they we spent a little over $400,000 on a fire boat. That's a boat we will use maybe once, twice every 4 or 5 years. That money could have been better spent in other departments. It could have been used for roads. It could have been used to help strengthen our police departments and get them more vehicles that they need. So again, I've already been proactive in this department, reaching out, and I'll continue to reach out and working with every department I can to help get this budget down as low as we can get it.
All right, thank you so much. So now we are getting questions from the audience.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay, so if you put your question on one of the 3x5 index cards, oh no, James, that basket over there, the big basket, James Williamson, he's our freshly minted Precinct 415 chairman. So welcome James on board. This church is in Precinct 415, so we thought it was appropriate for him to gather up the questions. And I just did want to say one thing. As I opened this evening, I said that it's really a sacrifice for these individuals to put themselves out there as elected candidates, and so we really appreciate that. I just want to present each of you with a lapel pin. No, not $1,000. A lapel pin for America 250. I just want to say thank you for putting yourself out there and stepping up to run for Commissioner's Court. You've got your commercial.
All right, so while we're waiting for that, I want to tell you that I am, of course, Vice Chair of the Republican Party of Texas, and so I absolutely love this gig because I get to meet so many patriotic Texans, and you guys make this state strong. And when it does come to getting involved, it is something that we all need to do in order to keep this state strong, because you look at the states that have a strong Democrat Party, look at what a mess they are. You look at ours, and the reason why we're strong is because our Republican Party is strong. And that's because of all of you. So what we do have is we have a convention is coming up this year. Woo! So that's going to be in Houston, and it's going to be at the George R. Brown. And so there is the Grassroots Club that I do, that I'm the chair of for our committee. And the Grassroots Club allows you to get early check-in for registration. So last time we had 12,000 Texans ascend on to San Antonio for the convention. This time we're expecting even more. So you'll want to have early check-in. The last day to register for Grassroots Club to take advantage of that is the 19th, January the 19th. So if you could do that, it's $15 a month, or if you want to do more, you can always do that. But I provide a newsletter that I do every month, and it's wicked beautiful, by the way. But it tells you about all the different things that we have going on across the state. So this month, I spotlighted 4 amazing county chairs that we have throughout the state. I'm going to be also spotlighting Hood County the next month, but we're also going to be talking about what are the stepping stones to go to convention, because a lot of people don't know. You know, with the Republican Party, we're a bottom-up party. We're not top-down until the Democrats tell their people what to say and believe. We, on the other hand, are very individualist. And some people think, well, why can't we all just go on the same page like the Democrats do? We're not made that way. We are not made that way, and I love the way that we're rugged and we can have debates with each other and we can see each other's point of views. So that's what we want to keep, and we want to keep that strong. But there's going to be precinct conventions that happen. Then you're going to have your county convention. Then you're going to have your Senate convention, and then that's where you decide who's going to want to go to state convention. And that's where I'm elected, and that's where your SREC members are elected, which Greg is a new SREC member as well. So, and state Republican Executive Committee, and what they are is they're basically the board of directors. So he's my boss. Anyway, so now that we have that all squared away, now we're going to go over here to the basket. But I would love for y'all to become a grassroots member. Oh, and every Tuesday I have a call on X that I have different people that I interview that are county and state leaders. So I'd love for you to join me on that. That's at 6 o'clock. All right. I'll need my glasses for this.
You have total discretion.
Yes. 2026 Commissioners Court voted themselves a 10% raise. Will you vote yourself a raise? Let's go with Mark. Mark, what did I say, Mark? I did not mean.
He's not in the room right now.
I know, Brad. Sorry, Brad.
That's all right.
I'm ready, I guess.
Apparently I get many names, especially on Facebook. The most popular one is Yardbird, so I'll own it. Thank you. No, as a commissioner, I don't think you should be able to vote for yourself a raise. I know the law allows it, but I don't think it's appropriate. Same thing with Congress. I don't think they should be able to vote themselves raises either, yet they do that. At this commissioner's court, you saw where they said, hey, we're going to vote ourselves a raise, but we're going to have to send it to the people to get the county employees a raise. Then they found out, oh, no, we can't do that. We can do that. The commissioners can vote for that. So they were more than happy to vote themselves a raise, but make it to the voters where they knew it most likely would fail. So no, as your commissioner, I would never vote myself a raise. I would see that the county employees are taken care of first.
Well, I was actually at Commissioner's Court when this 10% raise came up. I'd been testifying trying to get the salaries of the Sheriff's Department raised because they were below the averages of most of the departments around here. Even now with the 10% raise, they're struggling 5 to 10% behind most of the other law enforcement agencies, including the city of Granbury. To be able to hire and retain the officers you want, we need to be competitive with salaries. Well, when it came up about the 10% raise, somebody serving on the Commissioner's Court said, well, we'll just give everybody a 10% raise and we'll put it in as a bond issue. Well, it didn't turn out as a bond because they discovered that they had so much money in the budget left over this year that they needed to get down to their minimum amount that they want to carry. So they did give everybody in the county a 10% raise, and I think it was probably well deserved that they get those. Whether or not I would vote myself one in, I'm retired. I'm very fortunate. I have a nice retirement program. I came into this not for the money. I'm coming into it just to serve the citizens of Hood County. That's the only reason. I'm coming out of retirement. Trust me, it took a lot of thought to make that decision because I've only been retired 4 years. But I felt led to come in and do the best job I can to serve you. So I don't need another 10% raise. I'll be just fine with the current salary. Now, I've had people say, hey, why don't you just do like Trump and not take no salary at all? Probably not. If I'm going to put in the time, I'm going to probably take the salary. Thank you very much.
I'm going to give you little notes on this one. As I stated before, when I took office in 19, the salary starting pay for a deputy was $42,500. Currently, it's $68,500, a 62% increase. For purposes of comparison, Erath County today, starting pay, $57,300. Tarrant County, $65,146. Parker County, $65,477. It's clearly, and you cannot, it is a misnomer to compare a city policeman's salary with a county sheriff's salary. It's not a fair comparison. So the bottom line is this: we are right in there with the sheriff's pay now. And I'll tell you something else, where this 10% raise came up. Over the years, the Commissioner's Court that I've been on took no raise at least 3 times. I'm not sure about the 4th one, but at least 3 times we took no raise. So if you take the entire time that I've been on that Commissioner's Court, even adding a 10% raise this last time to get everybody up to some sort of a living wage. Because let me tell you what the sheriff's department wanted. Their chief deputy, their chief second in command, wanted 17%. 17%. He was asked, well, what about the rest of the employees? What about the rest of them? He said, they can wait till next year. They can wait till next year. That's where the 10% came up. But I'll tell you what, if you average out all the years that I've been on that court, it averages out to be a little over 3.5% raise per year on the average, which is right in there with inflation. So I think that we owe our employees at least to stay up with inflation. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this next question is a good one because it's all about being a servant leader, and it is something that's important. A lot of these questions, I've read some of them, they are very personal to you. So you should get together with them, get their phone numbers, get their information, and call them because we won't have time to talk about it tonight, but they're always available. Which brings me to my next question. What are you going to do to get the community input on issues, and how will you meet with constituents? So I'm going to go to middle child, Copeland.
Maybe by the end of the evening, I'll be all grown up. As soon as I came into this and realized that there was a serious communication problem with dealing with the people in the county, they don't know what's going on. I actually created a website, Facebook, that says, well, I'm sorry, but that's what a lot of people you deal with. It is Hood County, Texas, Precinct 4. And the reason I created that is I want to have a place that I can get the people in Precinct 4 to go to and to be a part of, so that when something comes up and I need to take the temperature of the community, I can very easily go there and say, hey, what do you think about this topic? Is this something that I should be supporting on your behalf, or is this something that you don't want anything to do with? And so that's one of the first things I did. Now, granted, it hadn't grown very much. Of course, I'm not the commissioner yet, so I'm hoping that when that happens, I'll be able to drive more people to that Facebook page. As far as being available, I'm a very open person. I'm very easy to talk to. I'm willing to talk to anybody. Some people say I'm willing to talk too much. Where's Mike? Okay, thank you. But I'm here to, like I said, I'm here to represent you. You got something to talk about, we'll talk about it. One thing I haven't been making when I'm out there talking to people, I haven't been making promises. I can't promise everybody that I can fix everything. And trust me, I've had several people that's come up and said, well, I haven't been able to get this fixed. Will you do that? And I can't promise them I will. But I will tell them I'll go and look at it, evaluate it, and if it's what we have the capability to address it, and it needs to be addressed, then I'll take care of it. Thank you very much.
Dave, I'll go to Dave next.
So read the question again.
Okay, sure. It is, how do you get community input on the issues, and how will you best work with your constituents?
So that's an easy one. I go out and knock a lot of doors. And contrary to what I've heard up here, I've knocked a lot of doors where people are informed. People want to know what's going on, and they do ask questions. Hundreds of doors I have knocked. And these are this is a Republican meeting, isn't it? Yeah. We're Republicans in here. I go knock on Republicans' door, and I want to know what they think, and I want to know what they feel like we need to do. If a citizen calls me over a bar ditch deal, it gets done, for instance. Those are easy things. But when we knock on their doors and to talk to them about what is important to them, I'm able to find out what is important to them. And I hear about their tax dollars. I hear about their families. We've prayed with people at their door because they were suffering over whatever the issue was. Somebody just had lost a wife. So there's a lot to getting out here in the community and knocking on people's doors and talking to the citizens out here. And I've talked to a lot of them. And so they're not as uninformed as some people may think they are. And it's the Republican Party. We need to grow our party. We need to grow the Republican Party. We've got precinct chairs out here that go out and do outreach to their precincts. Woo! If this Republican Party did precinct politics the way it should be done, and that's precinct chairs at the precinct level, block captains at the neighborhood level, your county chair at the county level, and then the state chair, if we did it by the book, we would never lose an election, ever. You agree with me?
I sure do. You're
Do I hear an
speaking
amen? Do I hear an amen?
Amen.
So,
Amen.
the whole thing is about growing our party. We need to grow this Republican Party. That's where our people get informed, is get them to these meetings, go knock on their doors, and get involved. Thank you.
That's a great point. I'll make a plug when it comes to our new precinct chairs. One of the things that you can do is have a little calendar that you put together that shows when the Hood County is having their county meetings. And if you have a favorite club, have that available for them to get informed as well. So, all right, the next one. What is your take
You
on
want
the...
me to answer the question
Oh, I
first?
sure do.
Mark
Brad,
wants to answer the question.
Brad, I'm sorry.
That's all right. So this is something I already have experience in. As your precinct chair of Precinct 409, I use my own resources to send out text messages and emails to all my constituents in 409. So what I like to see more done is what Commissioner Sanders has done. I love the way she does her town halls. We need to hold more town halls in each precinct, not only just in your precinct, for the whole town. I'd like to see Commissioners Court opened up at least once a month so people come in and just voice their opinion. The court should sit there and listen to them. So this is something I've already been doing, and this is how you learn. This is how you know what the people want, what the voters are looking for. Again, I've been doing this as your precinct chair. I want to keep doing this as your commissioner. Thank you.
Thank you. So the last question is a doozy because we all know that Hood County has been in the press lately. So I'm going to go for it. What is your take on the recent political weaponization of law enforcement and lawfare? Brad, we'll start with you since you just.
So tell me the question again.
It's what is your take on the recent political weaponization of lawfare against citizens?
Okay, so this will probably be unpopular. I don't think we weaponized our law enforcement. I think what happened, our law enforcement was investigating something. They sent it to the DA. The DA said, yes, this is what you need to do. And law enforcement did what they're supposed to do. You have to let the chain of command go. You have to let each governing body run their departments. You can't overstep your bounds. So once something was investigated, they sent it to the DA. The DA says, yes, let's move forward. And that's what they did. So when they moved forward, the sheriff did what he had to do, and then it went back to the courts, and then the courts did exactly what should have happened. So to me, I don't think we weaponized law enforcement. I think they did everything by the book. They went it through the system, and justice was served through the system.
Well, that wasn't very proper, Brad, but I'm going to kind of stand up with you, buddy. Like I said, I come out with a law enforcement background. And if the sheriff caught a lot of heat for doing what was done, okay? The thing is, that's not the sheriff's job. There was a complaint filed. There was an investigation conducted. It was presented, and somebody else came up with it. I can tell you right now that if the sheriff had gone in and interrupted that process, he would be the one that would be in trouble for messing with the law enforcement procedures that are in place in this country. So, weaponized or not, what I think really truly has been weaponized in this county is the actual the media of Facebook. You know, I know I've been blocked by multiple sites, by people that control those sites. And the only thing I've ever done was I was wanting to present my background getting ready for this job. I put my resume up, never got posted. Next thing I know, I was blocked. Now that's weaponization. I think the same people that speak so much about freedom of speech are the same ones that are ones blocking me from those sites. So I don't understand how that works. So I don't think anything fell out of place in the law enforcement procedures. They're there to be in place I think they worked, and I think it resulted in what it resulted. Thank you.
Well, first of all, Facebook is not subject to the government. Facebook is a private deal. So there is no First Amendment on Facebook, for number one. Number two, yes, I believe that the law enforcement around here, at least in some departments, has been weaponized. And I'm going to call, and I've got some notes here. For instance, former county chair they tried to take him down for driving around in a little school bus when he opposed school bonds. And they charged him with a felony. And they charged him with something that nobody's ever been charged with before, by the way, going up to the tax office. How about the charges that were, and I'm going to just stay on this one right now because this is the topic of the day. We had a social media pundit who was arrested for allegedly putting a meme on Facebook that he didn't even put on there. Didn't even put on there. And guess what? It was everything about that deal was wrong. Everything about it. It was a trumped up deal. Sorry, Donald. I didn't mean to say it that way, okay? Forgive me. Bad pun there. But anyway, the bottom line is this. It was a bad deal, and it was totally political, in my view. And guess what? When our DA didn't have whatever it takes to push it forward, recused himself, it was sent over to Ellis County, guess what they did? Dropped it. And you know what happened last weekend? We got a federal lawsuit filed against the county. The sheriff, the DA, the arresting officer in that deal, and the county. We've been sued over, the law enforcement around here has to get to their business of doing law enforcement and get out of politics. Yeah.
All right. On that note, we have come to a wrap on the questions. Now I'm going to let you guys close for a 2-minute close on each of you. And so, Dave, we'll start with you and go down.
I like KSA. I've laid out my educational background, including an undergrad, master's, and JD degrees. I've laid out some of my business experience, including the food industry and the construction industry and law practice. I have my record of 7 years on the Commissioner's Court to prove for itself what I've done. I am guided by my faith in God, my sacred oath to God, that we all take an oath to God to preserve and protect and defend the constitutions of this state and the United States. I take that oath seriously. I've been a fully participating member in this party because this is a Republican event here. And I'm not going to get there everything I wanted to get to, but I am the current parliamentarian of the Republican Party here. I've been a precinct chair. I have gone to every convention since 2012. What do we do at a convention? We craft the platform that we give to elected officials and say, here is your marching orders. Here is your marching orders. That 12,000 grassroots that she talked about going down to Houston, that's what we're going to do next in June. Yes. We're going to go down there, and I'm going, and I've been to every convention since 2012. We're going to go down there and craft a new platform. This county is divided into 17 voting precincts. That means that there's 17 precinct chairs in this county for each party. 17 Republican precinct chairs, 17 Democratic precinct chairs. Out of our current 17 precinct chairs, 13 of our chairs have endorsed me. So the majority of your party endorses me. I have endorsements from 2 state reps, and I'm also the incumbent here. And I'm open for any time somebody wants to come to my office and ask questions, I'm there. Thank you. Vote for Dave in March.
Well, I'm kind of the duck out of water. I'm not a politician. Never served in politics. Never thought I'd serve in politics. But I do love people. I love serving people. I was on the Bentwater board. Everybody in Bentwater knows if they need help, they'll call Ken. If in Stonewater Church, where I attend, very active in a lot of different areas at that church because I have a heart for people and I want to serve people. And that's what it really boils down to when you're working as a commissioner. We want to be able to work with you and to help you get through the things that you need to need help with. So I don't know that I can compete with people that's been doing it their actual job for 7 years as far as being able to explain what's going on. But I can tell you that I can do the job. I've proved it. I pretty much won every award that you can win from the Department of Transportation, Secretary's Award, Administrator's Awards. I even won an award from a private insurance company called Geico. So I've had the experience. I know, it's the little lizard guy. But I've had a lot of experience working with people, with grants, with programs. I've got the background in criminal justice. That's what my degrees were in, not the law. And I can come in and I can look at the programs and figure out if they're functioning the way they should be functioning. And I just hope that you'll consider me when you get ready to vote in March. Kenneth Copeland, Precinct 4. Thank you.
Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out and listening to us. I know I'm not the most polished speaker up here, but I've been preparing for this role for the last 5 years. I've been working with the county judge. I've been working with several commissioners. I've learned this job. I've already been proactive. I've been sending out emails to all the county employees to find out what we can better do to help them see, again, what their wants and what their needs are. At the end of the day, this race isn't about personalities or politics. It's about trust and who you want to trust working for your tax dollars. I've been talking to you all night about taxes, taxes, taxes. That's the most important thing with our county. We need to make sure we keep our taxes as low as possible and not tax people out of their homes. At every job I've ever had, I've always excelled. I've always moved up into a management role. I'm a quick learner. There's nothing I can't learn and do. So I hope to have your support. I hope to have your vote, and I hope to be working for you soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, you guys. And you can now be departed.